Hello, yes, it's that time again already. It's time for another episode of No Rolls Barred Play Blood on the Clocktower. So obviously this is supposed to be a monthly series, and this has come out 2 weeks after the last one. The reason why is because during our last recording session, we actually ended up recording 2 games because both of them ended up being a little bit shorter than we thought they would. So we decided, well, they're both fun games, and they both illustrate different parts of Blood on the Clocktower's Sex and Violence script, so we thought, why not give you both? So there you go. So again, this is slightly shorter than a usual Blood on the Clocktower game, and, well, you'll see why, but it's a great example of what happens when things either go very wrong, or, depending on your team, very, very right. So, it's an extra little bonus Clocktower, not really part of the trilogy. We'll still be doing 2 more Sex and Violence games after this for May and for June. But until then, enjoy No Rolls Barred. Play Blood on the Clocktower. Take it away, Tom.
Welcome to another insidious installment of No Rolls Barred Plays Blood on the Clocktower. My name is Tom, and I'm joined by Adam.
Hello, mate. You look great.
Carly.
Hey.
Blair.
Hello.
Laurie.
Hello.
Oh God.
True horror. Isaac.
Hey, guys.
Sullivan.
Hello.
Brooke.
Hey.
Elliot.
I wish you told me there was a dress code.
John.
I'm here too.
And our very special guest, official storyteller from the Pandemonium Institute and superlative sinister savant, Ben.
Hello.
Right. The moon hot tags the sun as night darkens the doors of Ravenswood Bluff. It's time for all of you to go to sleep, and for Ben and I to split the virtuous from the vile. Good night.
Technically, the sun would be hot tagging the moon, but that's fine.
Starting with Adam, let's go clockwise around the town square and explain to the people at home what each player's role is and how that role works.
Okay, so Adam will be the philosopher. For the philosopher is a townsfolk whose ability reads, once per game, at night, choose a good character. Gain that ability. If this character is in play, they are drunk. So, once during this whole game, every night we'll wake Adam up until he uses his ability. When he does use it, he'll choose a good character and he will gain that character's ability, effectively. So, essentially, you get to choose what you are. However, there is a risk involved. If someone else is already playing as that character, they will be drunk for the whole of the rest of the game until Adam dies. And if he doesn't die, they'll just be drunk forever. So you have to be careful with the philosopher, especially if you go on night 1. Because if you say, hey, I want to be the juggler, and there's already a juggler in the game, then the other juggler is going to get false info because they'll be drunk, and it's just going to make you look like a liar. So you've got to be careful what you pick with the philosopher. Other than that, very powerful role.
Now, the philosopher is still technically the philosopher, even though they gain a new ability, right? They're still considered the philosopher.
That is correct, yeah. They will remain the philosopher, and any sort of ability that detects what they are will show them as philosopher.
Gotcha.
So, Laurie will be the juggler. On your first day, publicly guess up to 5 players' characters. That night, you learn how many you got correct. This is a really interesting one, actually, because it basically means that you have to stand up in front of everyone on day 1 and say, I'm the juggler, and I think Isaac is this, and Sully is that, and Carly is this, and Brooke is that. And we, as the story, when that happens, you'll see me making notes on this town square as to which ones they've got correct. Obviously, if just Laurie claims to be the juggler and juggles, the demon will probably kill him that night and he'll get no information. So what you'll often see is 4 or 5 people will all claim to be the juggler and they'll all go through the motions of juggling just so that the demon doesn't know who the real one is. Or at least that's what I expect these guys to do. You never really know, but it's a pretty powerful role. So Elliot, the Oracle. Each night you learn how many dead players are evil. Very simple, very strong. That's a really interesting one because it's very easily messed with. particularly by drunkenness and poisoning, and you can as a storyteller, you can send someone down a very dark, chaotic road if they're consistently drunk or poisoned, and genuinely believing that dead players that are good are evil, or vice versa. But other than that, it's just a really solid binary info roll, basically. John the Dreamer. Each night, choose a player, not yourself, and not travelers. There are no travelers in this game. You learn one good and one evil character, one of which is correct. So each night, John will wake up and point to someone. I will tell them I'll tell John what character they are, plus another character of the opposite alignment. And over time, John will probably develop a picture of what's going on. It's generally in the storyteller's interest to paint various different pictures with the Dreamer. You don't want to... For example, if John were to pick Brooke, then Carly, then Elliot, then Laurie, I'm not going to go Mathematician, Vigor Mortis, Snake Charmer, Vigor Mortis, Oracle, Vigor Mortis. But I'm not going to tell John that there's a Vigor Mortis in game by showing him Vigor Mortis over and over again. You generally kind of want to mix it up a little bit and support evil players with that. That's a little nuance, but I think as the game unfolds, you'll see what I mean by that.
Gotcha.
Carly is the Snake Charmer. This one's a good one. They're all good ones, but this one's a particularly good one. Each night, choose an alive player. A chosen demon swaps characters and alignments with you and is then poisoned. So each night, Carly will wake up and point at someone in this circle. If she points at Isaac, who is the demon, she will become the evil demon. Isaac will become the good Snake Charmer. Now, that's obviously a nightmare if that happens to you most of the time. I mean, there are some particularly esoteric individuals out there who find it wonderful when that happens, but generally speaking, you don't want that to happen. So the Snake Charmer is essentially a game of chicken. How many people are you willing to point at before you decide to just start pointing at yourself over and over again? How far are you willing to push it to get information? Because if you push it too far, you'll suddenly become a demon who has no bluffs, no idea who their minions are, and a very slim chance of winning. So it really is a very punishing role, but the rewards are high if you can avoid that punishment. Brooke is the Mathematician. Each night you learn how many players' abilities worked abnormally since dawn due to another character's ability. Now, that is a very wordy role, but essentially I'm going to wake up Brooke every night and tell her how many people's abilities didn't work properly. That could be because they're drunk, or because they're poisoned, or because of something else. If literally anything obstructs someone's ability, they're added to the tally, and I'll tell Brooke how many people were affected in that way. The reason it doesn't specify drunk or poisoning is because there are some fringe cases where someone's ability can malfunction in some way, not due to drunkenness or poisoning. And as the Mathematician, you have the right to have that information. Again, this is one that you'll probably get more of an understanding of as we play. Sully, the Barber. This game's one and only outsider. There should be two. More on that later. Sully is the Barber. His ability reads, if you died today or tonight, the demon may choose two players, not another demon, to swap characters. So, basically, when Sully dies, we will wake up the demon and have them pick two people, and those two people will swap characters. As a demon, you generally want to use this as an opportunity to weaken people's abilities. So you'll see a lot of people will just swap the dead barber into the body of a townsfolk that they think is powerful, and then kill them, and then use the barber's ability again and just chain it. But there are other things that you can do. You could absolutely switch yourself with your minion if you're thinking things are getting a little bit hairy. But yeah, that's the barber. So Isaac is the Vigor Mortis. This is this game's demon. In Sects and Violets and Bad Moon Rising, there are 4 demons on the script, and the goodies have got to figure out which one's in play. So this is just one of 4, and you'll probably hear these guys theorizing about which one they think is in play. And a large part of being a decent evil team in these more advanced scripts is selling the line that another demon is in play as opposed to the one that's actually in play. So Isaac will probably be trying to do that. Anyway, Vigor Mortis. Each night, choose a player, they die. Minions you kill keep their ability and poison one townsfolk neighbor. So, just like the Imp, Isaac will pick someone at night and they'll die. Unlike the Imp, if Isaac picks Blair, she will die, but she will still get woken up to use her power, which is huge because you get to keep the minion's ability in the game whilst also giving your minion some plausible deniability because they're dead. They were killed by the demon. Surely the demon's not going to kill their own minion, right? So there's a lot of strategic potential in that there, and a lot of bluffing potential. Most important to note, though, the ability to kill yourself in the night and pass the demon hood onto a minion is specific to the imp in Trouble Brewing. Isaac does not have that option. He has to survive, or at the very least he has to somehow put the demon hood somewhere else by some other means. If Isaac dies, if the demon dies, the game just ends. There's no safety net here. Finally, Blair is the Serenovus. Each night, choose a player and a good character. They are mad, they are this character tomorrow, or might be executed. So each night we'll wake Blair, and Blair will choose someone and choose a character, a good character. We'll then go to that player and say, Blair is... not Blair. So that will say, the Serenovus has decided that you are to be mad about being this character. And the next day, if they don't sincerely attempt, or if they don't attempt to make it look like they're sincerely trying to convince people that they are this character, we might execute them. It is a might. We don't have to do it. And indeed, there are some situations where you probably shouldn't do it. This is probably the thing that the most people have the trouble understanding about sex and violence. But it's really very simple. Madness is not something that you have to interact with. If you're woken up by me in the night and told that you've been made mad by the Serenovus, you can just completely ignore it if you want. You don't have to do anything. You're not obliged to do anything. But if you choose not to interact with it, there may be consequences. And that's the most important thing that you should know about madness.
So there are ways in which getting yourself killed by not being as mad as you're supposed to be can help verify a claim you're making.
Absolutely. If you say, guys, I've been made mad by the Serenovus, I'm really the dreamer, and I immediately execute you, you've proven that Serenovus is in play. You've proven that there is a Serenovus here. That's the only way you could have been executed right then. Well, generally speaking, that's the only way you could have been executed right then. And also, it makes you look like you're probably good, because you're not going to Serenovus yourself and then get yourself killed. Or are you? I don't know. I've seen it done. But yeah, it is mechanically, and oftentimes I will not execute someone who is breaking madness to make them look shifty, because I think the good team are too powerful. So there's so many corner cases, and you can play this script 1,000 times and not see them all.
Yeah, like a mad player can take one for the team. They're not confined to just one form of play, one optimum form of play, just because they've gone mad. They still have choices, even if mad.
Absolutely.
So, as you said before, Isaac has no safety net the way an imp would have in Trouble Brewing, but he does still have his 3 bluffs. So could you just explain those for us?
Absolutely. So the 3 bluffs we've chosen for Isaac are Clockmaker. You start knowing how many steps from the demon to its nearest minion. So the Clockmaker is kind of similar to the Chef in Trouble Brewing in many ways. You get a number, and that number represents how many steps from the demon to the nearest minion. In this game, that would be 1 step, because Isaac to Blair is a single step. If Adam were the minion, it would go Isaac, Blair, Adam, and that would be 2 steps. But in this case, it's a bluff. We think this is a good bluff because the chips have fallen in such a way that the demon and minion are sat next to one another. So if one of those two wants to pretend to be the Clockmaker and just say, I'm the Clockmaker, I got a 3, people are going to spend most of the game thinking that the 2 baddies are at the opposite sides of the circle to one another, and that will obviously give them a lot of problems. So it's a good bluff to have, and it's a good little bit of early well poisoning for the evil team there. Next bluff we've got is the Savant. Each day you may visit the storyteller to learn 2 things in private. 1 is true and 1 is false. So the Savant's one of my favourite characters in this script, but we've put it on the bluff because we think Isaac will have a good time with it, to be honest with you. The Savant's interesting because as a storyteller you have to make up your own information pretty much on the fly. Typically the things that I might say might be, last night 2 players were poisoned or drunk, or there is 1 more or 1 less outsider in this game than there should be, or Adam lied yesterday about his role, or something like that. It's not going to be, I'm not just going to pilfer abilities from other characters, I'm going to come up with something relatively original. And over time, the Savant will build up almost a kind of line graph of where the game's going, if they can figure out which of the 2 pieces of info that I gave them was true. If they're drunk or poisoned, I'll generally give them 2 false pieces of information.
And finally,
the Klutz. When you learn that you died, publicly choose an alive good player or you lose. The Klutz is an outsider. The reason we put the Klutz in, well, I mean, the ability's pretty straightforward, right? When you discover you're dead, you need to choose a good guy or the good team loses. It's brutal. But the reason we've put the Klutz in as a bluff is because it's an outsider, and there should be 2 outsiders in this game. But a part of the Vigor Mortis's ability is that we put 1 less outsider in. So if one of these 2, if one of Blair or Isaac chooses to bluff as the Klutz, then they can. That is a basis for them to convince people that there is not a Vigor Mortis in this game, which can be very useful because each demon is quite distinct in this script, and each demon is basically forced into a certain playstyle. And if you erroneously believe that the evil team are playing a Fangu game or they're playing a Vortox game or something like that, it can really mess with what you think you know. And so trying to convince the good team that you are not the demon that you really are is a huge boon if you can achieve it. And that's why we've put that in there.
Right, so taking a quick village census, as far as the good team are aware, there are 5 townsfolk, 2 outsiders, 1 minion and 1 demon, but because the Vigor Mortis is in play, there are in fact 6 townsfolk and only 1 outsider.
That is correct.
Right, so with that in mind, let's start our nightly visits. Hello, Blair.
Hello.
How does it feel about to take a walk on the wild side?
Oh god, it does not feel good. I've just been trying to read up on this character, and it's gonna be interesting.
What I will say, man, as someone who, like you, gets very nervous in the evil position, there's part of it which is actually more relaxing because you don't need to be paranoid. There's someone you can trust, and
yes.
There's more information you can trust. It can be weirdly calming, more calming than I expected.
Okay, well, I look forward to experiencing that time.
With that in mind, Blair, it's time to tell you who your demon is.
Lovely.
And you will be horrified or reassured to know that your demon is Isaac.
Okay, alright, cool, nice.
Okay, we'll
Do
be
I
back.
get to know, I don't get to know what demon he is.
You do not.
No, you'll
Cool.
need to speak to Isaac for both that information and if you want to become privy to the demon bluffs.
Lovely. Yeah, that would be good.
We'll be back later, Blair.
Great.
Hello there.
You've been promoted from minion to demon today.
No.
After your sterling service. So, first off, your minion. Your minion today is Blair.
It's Blair.
It's Blair.
Cool.
And your 3 demon bluffs are Clockmaker,
Yep.
Savant,
Ooh, okay.
and Klutz.
Okay. Thank you.
You feeling good?
No, I'm not. Not at all. But, do you know what? Let's see what happens. Thanks.
Exactly, yeah. Blair has a lot of confidence in you, as do we.
I'm glad someone does.
Hello, Adam.
Good evening.
You sound very erudite immediately.
Thank you. I am a very famous philosopher, of course.
So, would you like to use your ability tonight?
No man's knowledge here can go beyond his experience. And I have not experienced anything of this game, so I do not know what our team needs. So no, I'll take a risk and wait for another night.
A wise choice from a learned man. Thank you, Adam. Hi, Carly.
Hi.
So, who would you like to snake charm tonight?
Let's go with Adam.
Okay, Adam it is. Thank you very
Okay.
much. Hello, Blair.
Hello.
Hello, Blair. Whose mind would you like to invade and what thoughts would you like to project upon it?
Okay, so do I have to do it every night?
Yes, you have to do it
Yes,
every
okay.
night. You can choose yourself if you wish, or you could choose your
Oh.
demon, although, probably don't.
Yeah.
But I mean, choosing
Okay.
yourself can be useful because no one knows there's a Serenovus in play if you choose
Yeah.
yourself.
Oh, but I don't know what rules aren't in play yet. Okay. I'm gonna take a chance and make Brooke mad about being the savant.
Okay, Brooke is mad about being the savant. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Blair.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Blair.
That's interesting because she's chosen savant. So if Isaac or Blair chooses to bluff as the savant, because it is a demon bluff, they're going to be coming up against Brooke. And if they can survive that, and if the madness goes away from Brooke, she'll be like, "Hey guys, I was mad. I'm not really the savant. Isaac is the savant." You know, it'll give him a degree of or give whoever bluffs it a degree of credibility when the other person eventually backs down.
Is there any way that could work out badly for the evil team on day one, making someone mad about something which actually turns out to be a demon bluff?
I mean, it couldn't turn out badly if someone says, "Hey, Isaac, you're lying. I believe Brooke. Let's kill Isaac." That's pretty bad for the evil team, and it's pretty bad for us as well because we'll have to start over again. But no, I don't think so. I don't think that will be more or less suspicious because it's a demon bluff. Hello, Brooke.
Hey y'all, how's it going?
Not too bad. I think it's going to be going pretty bad for you though, because we are here to inform you that you have been made mad by the Serenovus that you are the savant.
Okay, great. So, what does that mean?
So, if you are mad about something, you are trying to convince people that it's true.
Okay, so I have to do that.
You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. If you are not mad, we might execute you.
Okay. So I essentially have to bluff as the savant.
Hello, John.
Hello.
Who are you dreaming about tonight?
As always, I'm dreaming about Ben, but that's not helpful for this game, so...
Can't say I blame you, mate, to be honest.
I'm going to instead switch my dream focus to Isaac.
Okay. You dream focus Isaac and learn that he is either the Vigor Mortis or the Savant.
Vigor Mortis or Savant. Okay. Thank you very much.
Sex and violets. We were put in a very awkward position there.
Yeah, so just talk us through that position.
So basically, I had to, without knowing what Isaac intends to bluff as, I had to pick one of his bluffs. And I don't think I think that because Isaac has already I know that in the past, in games that he's played in the past, I know that he's been the savant in games that he's played in the past, and I think that he will take that experience and try and use it to bluff as the savant. It's of the three, it's also the role that the town will probably want to keep alive. The Clockmaker after night one has done their job. We could have said Klutz, but I don't think he'll want to claim Klutz, because then the question will be asked, "Hey, you've publicly claimed Klutz. Why hasn't the demon killed you in the night?" That would be good for the demon. So I think he will choose savant of those three, and that's basically all we can do for him at this point. But it's also worth noting that there's always a worldview where John is poisoned or drunk or lying or whatever. But we basically were put in a very difficult position there, and I had to make a decision on the fly, and I hope it's the right one.
Yeah, we do have a situation now in day one where John is going to be thinking, if he believes his information, that Isaac is either the Vigor Mortis or the Savant, and at the same time, we will have Brooke coming out as a Savant from the get-go. That could make for a very, a very, very tense first day.
Absolutely. I think it's going to be interesting to see if Isaac doesn't claim Savant, then John is going to reasonably assume he's the Vigor Mortis. So Isaac really does have to, I think, especially if Brooke is going to come out as Savant, if Isaac claims something else, John's just going to be like, "Well, you must be the Vigor Mortis then."
Hello, Brooke.
Hi again.
It's time for some maths.
Oh, good.
So,
do I actually get my ability?
You do indeed. So, as collages of calculus cascade around your brain, the one number that comes out as the answer to an endless stream of mathematical formulae is 0. You learn that no player's abilities worked abnormally tonight.
Okay.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
The sun rises once again on the cultured but craven citizens of Ravenswood Bluff as you leave your tenements and townhouses in pursuit of higher callings. But art and science will have to wait as a study in scarlet is strewn across the face of the famous Clocktower. Ben and I, who just can't seem to catch a break, have been splattered across the hands and numbers like so much Jackson Pollock. A demon is painting this town red, and it is down to you to cancel the crescendo of its magnum opus.
Stop killing them, guys.
Golly.
That's horrible.
Nobody else needs to die for once.
Yeah.
Carly, can we have a chat?
Before you do, can I put something
Right.
out? Can I put something out there really quickly before everyone goes?
Yes.
Because I need to put something out quite publicly because I have to do it anyway on day one. I am the juggler.
Okay.
So if anybody wants to come and have a chat about who they are, because we can confirm who is good here and who is potentially lying, please do, and I'll meet you in a room.
Hello, Laurie. How are you?
Hello, mate. Very well, thank you. So as I said there, I'm the juggler. The issue I have with the thing about being the juggler is it paints a massive fuck off target on me because I have to publicly claim up to 5 people and what I think their roles are, and then I will get a number back based on whether or not I believe that's true. So I'm going around trying to find out what people's roles are. If you are a role that you don't want publicly said, and it might be useful if you're on the good team, that is obviously. But if you have a role that you don't want publicly said, you could tell me what it is, and then we could do a role that I can make up to cover for you.
That's
right?
a really
and we would know,
good show.
and we would know that that's a fake number.
Yes, that's very good logic. Because I was going to say, I don't want to tell. I do want to let a couple of people know who I am, but no more than that really, because it's not good if my role is in the public domain for the good team, basically. Because, and I will tell you it because I think this plan will work, I am the barber.
All right, I'm gonna try and bluff as the savant, which is gonna be fucking hard, but I don't think I can do anything else. So, thank you for that. Hopefully, that will add credibility to my bluff.
I've invited Brooke. I've invited Brooke to join us because she'll have a massive cob on if I don't.
Oh, good reason. I mean,
Thank
people
you.
are dying, but let's think about Brooke's cob.
Yes, and the corn with
Fucking
it. I don't
corn
know what
on
you
the.
mean, but yes, the American way. You can see.
America, fuck yeah. Carbon along to save the motherfucking day, yeah.
Who are you two? You don't
I
obviously.
don't have any information.
So I am not a first night character. I am a townsfolk. That's all I have thus far. I'm keeping notes of who's been chatting with who.
Nice.
But that's all I have so far. So anyone else have anything they want to share?
I do have some information.
I can tell you I'm a townie.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm just going to chat to Isaac. I'm back in a bit.
Oh,
I just feel like you don't want.
I see.
I feel like
God.
John doesn't want to be in the same room as me. I don't know what's going on.
All by myself. Don't wanna be all by myself anymore.
So is there anything else you want to say?
Well, yes. So I am the savant.
Oh,
and
shag. Okay.
Yes, indeed. So the most important thing that I need to tell you, I got 2 pieces of information. One of them is that the demon is, or the minion is not a pit hag.
Okay.
And then the other one is that someone on the evil team is a woman. So I don't know which one is true.
Okay, not pit hag and evil woman. Okay, I'll take you on trust because I think Laurie's going to get himself killed anyway, so I don't think I'm necessarily about to die. I'm the philosopher.
Okay, very cool.
I think, therefore, I am, which means I am not a power yet, kind of. Basically, once a game, I can choose someone and basically just get their power and they become drunk.
Thing is, as well, I don't really want to talk to anyone. That's the secret, you see. When you're a barber, you get used to too much small talk. It's the worst part of the job. You're just talking to people about their lives. I've got nothing to say. All I want to hear is short back and sides. Mr. Chip Chop.
I do have some first-hand information that I need to share, which is that but I don't know if I can trust you. So is there anything that corroborates your being a village person?
No, there's nothing. Nothing to corn on the carob.
No.
My villagerdom.
The corn on the carob. I will give you a golden corn star for that. That was very, very good.
Oh well, my work here is done.
Yeah, that's it. Mic drop. But anyway, no. So I did tell Adam something. Which is that I have reason to believe that there is not a pit hag in play.
Not a what in play?
A pit hag.
A pit hag. Okay.
Yeah, is that what that one's called? A pit hag.
I thought you said patag.
A patag, yes, of course.
Like a protagonist.
Well, if you're posh, you say patag, yeah. But
Oh, darling, she's such a patag.
What I'm looking to find out is people's roles, so we can check who's on the good team, who's on the bad team, whether or not we have a Vortox, that kind of thing.
I understand that. However, why should I?
So
trust
obviously,
you?
but also, because if I said I'm the juggler and you tell me what you are and you end up dead, that's going to be a massive red flag for me. I'm also going to nominate myself to die tomorrow.
Oh,
because
cool.
I will be done with the game at that point of what I can actually achieve.
Just going to end it all.
So the other thing I would say is obviously if you are a role that you don't want to reveal more widely, you could tell me so we know that number. You could tell me so we know the number that comes back is correct when it says it. I didn't get it right, but I could say publicly to the rest of the crew a different role for you in the guess. So I wouldn't be revealing your role to everyone. It would just be me and you who knew.
Well, what I am comfortable saying about my role right now is that me dying on the first night or being the first person killed would benefit absolutely nobody on the good team. My abilities don't really kick in until after the first night. So
okay, so
I don't sit here and go I'm good because I'm good, but you know.
Okay, but one of those things is that information doesn't get us very far with my role because I'd have to guess what exact one of those three things you are or whatever those things are. And also at this point, if I was the demon or if I am the minion, I'm just going to go tell my demon to kill you because you just said. True. So you might as well trust me at this point, at this juncture, because I've got the information. Well, but this is what everyone does. Everyone says there's something for later. But the point is we can hide what you are now by me calling out something else.
Okay, fine. I will extend an olive branch of trust. Don't you dare burn it down. I am the Oracle.
So, I possibly know who you are.
Sure.
And if you can answer in, I mean, I did this before with Carly, to be fair, and it ruined me for the entire thing. So, but if you can tell me roughly who you are, I can probably trust you. But also, who knows anything in this world, you know?
I think I'm quite a strong role, and I don't know if I trust you, John.
No, that's fair. Because
I feel like you're metagaming me right now. So
I'm not metagaming. I'm gaming you. Could you give me a rough idea of like I don't want you to tell me who you are because that would be bad for you. If you don't trust me, which you shouldn't. Can you give me a rough idea of who you are without giving too much away? And then I can go like, cool.
What about this? I'll give you one of 3 rolls.
Okay, like a demon might.
I mean, okay. What if I tell you nothing then? Like
one of 3 bluffs.
I don't know what to give you.
You can tell me nothing if you want.
Do you know? I think this is safe. I'm gonna go with dreamer, artist, or savant. I'm one of these.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so I will say I'm not a one and done activation. That is probably the breadth I'm willing to say. And I'm not going to say that to everybody, just so you know.
That's fair.
So I would like to not die today, though I am okay dying later if you guys all decide you can.
If you do die, it won't be by my hand. I've got a feeling that Laurie is going to die in the night, though, just because he's already
I think
hurt
we
himself.
should... Yeah.
I might try...
If Laurie doesn't die in the night, he could be good Vortox bait, but...
Yeah, it's a good shout.
We don't need a juggler after that. But we'll see.
I will say, I'm just trying to hoover up as many rolls as I can because it's super
That's
useful
fair.
for me to know the layout of this village. I'll say that. I kind of get an idea of who's out there. So obviously I've got Laurie and I've got one other person. But yeah, if you do want to tell me who you are, I'll tell you who I am, if that seems fair.
All right, I am only doing this with you.
Okay.
Because I think it will actually be helpful.
God, you're so evil.
You're killing me.
You're so
okay.
evil, man.
I am the dreamer.
Cool.
And I actually learned about you yesterday.
Oh, magic. So you would learn one good
And
roll,
so
one
you
bad
could be
roll.
evil, but...
Oh, no, that's fine. So if you knew about me, I am the philosopher.
Oh, great.
What was the evil roll that you got?
I got philosopher and I got witch, and so I would that makes me feel very good because you saying that right away is good confirmation to me. So I entrust you inherently because you wouldn't have known that at all. There's no way you could have known
I think
that.
so. But no, I'm obviously as a philosopher, I'm trying to work out what we've got, so I don't double. When I do turn into someone, I don't make a good person drunk. So
oh no, and that makes sense because you wouldn't want to duplicate my role.
Okay.
Tell me what's
Here are
up.
the bluffs. Clockmaker, Savant, and Klutz.
Okay.
I have taken Savant because I don't think I can bluff well as the others. I do apologize.
So I have told Brooke this first night to go to be mad about being the savant.
Oh, so you're so nervous?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So Brooke currently needs to be telling people that she's the savant, or else, yeah,
Oh,
bad
this is great.
shit's gonna happen.
Can we get her killed as a double? Do you think that's too strong though?
I mean, like, it might be too strong. People might turn on you.
Yeah, I don't want to try and push that too hard. So here's the thing, right? How quickly do you want to die? Because there seems to be this weird meta happening. I don't even know if you can call it a meta, but you die a lot. So
I do die a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you died early, no one would be suspicious. You could still use your powers.
It's true.
Adam.
It's very true.
Exactly. Adam or Sully could potentially be poisoned if they're both townsfolk, and we could probably try and push that there is a Nodashi. Also, we know that there's one less townsfolk, so Klutz might be a good one to be, because then people won't think that there's a Vigor Mortis if they trust you.
Okay. Yeah, I could bluff as the klutz.
Okay.
That's not bad, because then if I can get people onto my side of being like, oh, we need to up her up so that she's killed, and then if I'm killed...
Just be aware, Blair, that if you're going to bluff as Klutz, I will never prompt a Klutz to make their choice, or to at least claim that they're the Klutz. So if you were a real Klutz and you learned that you died in the night, I would be expecting you to immediately say, guys, I'm the Klutz, I now need to make my decision. And if a real Klutz didn't do that, then good would lose. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah. I mean, surely I could choose one...
You can choose anyone you want, but what I'm saying is I'm not going to prompt you.
Right.
But would you go along with it, Ben, after Blair said anything? Okay, nice.
Oh, absolutely, I'd go along with it. Yeah, absolutely. But what I'm saying is I'm not going to be like, guys, Blair was the Klutz, don't you know?
Of course.
You know, because that's like... Yeah, that would be against the rules. So you'll have to take the initiative, but I will absolutely
If
play along.
I chose Isaac as a fake klutz, would that count as me using the klutz? Like, that wouldn't count as me using the klutz ability, so...
You're not the klutz. You don't have a klutz ability to use. You can say and choose whatever you want. You can stand up and say, I'm the klutz, guys. I'm pretty convinced Isaac's good, so I'm going to make him my choice, if you want. And I'll just go, all right, the game continues.
Amazing.
You can say, I was the klutz, guys. Let's have a minute to discuss who I should pick.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want. You're not actually the klutz.
Hey, Brooke.
Are you going to tell me everything about yourself immediately?
I'll tell you one thing and one thing only.
Yeah.
That I'm not telling you shit, Brooke. I'm not telling you shit. My lips are sealed.
Because you're evil!
No, I'm not evil. I've never been evil my whole damn life. And I'm not going to start right about now. Tell you what.
Yes.
I'm not telling you a single thing. I'm telling you nothing.
Well, then why are we chatting?
Because I want to know who you are, Brooke.
Well, why would I tell you who I am if you won't tell me anything about yourself?
Well, I can't tell you who I am. It would be massively disadvantageous for the group if people knew who I was. And I don't trust you, Brooke. I don't trust you as far as I can throw you, and you are very small.
Oh, I might just pull a you and tell you what I am.
Go on.
Yes. I am the savant.
Oh, interesting. All I can say is that it's just a gut feeling. I trust Laurie when he says he's the juggler. But that's just a gut feeling. That's based on nothing else. But I just trust him when he says he's the juggler. Because but then maybe it's because he's got such kind eyes.
Yeah, so he has to... But you can't see his eyes.
No, but I can imagine them, and I do very often.
Oh, I bet... so you think about his eyes all the time then, huh?
Well, just
You love
every...
his eyes.
Only every hour or so. For about 15 minutes an hour.
That's a quarter of your day, Sullivan.
But I don't trust anyone. I haven't told anyone anything.
Which is weird, which makes me think that you are evil. You are evil.
No.
I'm not even going to ask you. You are evil. Sullivan Brown,
No.
you are evil. You are
I'm not
definitely
evil. I'm not
I just
evil.
revealed to you.
And you know what? It's making me start to think that you're evil. Are you evil?
I haven't told anyone this, so it might be a good idea for me to just tell you, and then if I die, I'm either very unlucky or you're evil.
Yep.
I am the dreamer.
Okay.
And which means I get to look at one player every night and learn I learn a good role and an evil role that they are, one of which is a lie.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So if I looked at you, I'd see the juggler and an evil role, and you would either be the juggler and the evil role would be a lie, or you'd be the evil role and you were lying about being a juggler. I looked at Isaac, and I got Vigor Mortis or Savant.
Okay.
So I went to Isaac.
I'm going to try and speak to Isaac and get him to tell me what it. Did you tell him what he said? What you found?
Okay, so I went to him and I said, I think I know who you are. Can you give me a rough idea without telling me exactly who you are? Obviously, this is exactly the tactic I used last game with Carly, and it bit me so hard on the dick that I will never do it and never trust it again. But I said, I know roughly who you are. Can you give me a sense? And he gave me 3 roles, the last of which was the Savant. I think he went Artist, Savant, and something else.
He gave you 3 roles.
Yeah, as like I'm gonna like
3
spread
bluffs.
this out. Well, that's literally what I said. I was like, yeah, like a demon would. Because last time I didn't speak to the demon early on. Because I did actually. I didn't speak to the non-demon, and so I didn't get a chance to fluster someone who didn't have information. Isaac seemed a little flustered, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
But also,
Okay, cool.
if he is the savant, he might not want to share that. So,
first call for nominations.
Laurie, you said you knew an expendable. Laurie, you said you knew an expendable.
I think I know an expendable.
Okay.
If no one else is forthcoming with their expendableness, you might have to.
1 second. So, is there any harm in us killing an outsider?
Depends on the outsider.
Because Sweetheart can make a drunk. And then
Sweetheart can make a drunk.
Barber can swap someone. Klutz puts us in a difficult position, but right now would be the least difficult position.
It's all bad to kill outsiders. That's fine.
Yeah, and Barber gives a lot of power to the demon, potentially.
Yeah, that's true.
Second call for nominations.
We do need to do it though.
Yeah. Any expendable townsfolk.
I'm probably the only expendable townsfolk in that sense, but I am also.
But you,
But
want to get information in the night.
Yeah.
I think I'm
If
probably
you stay
gonna
alive.
die anyway.
So no one else is feeling first nighty.
Someone's going to have to...
Final call for
All right, we're
nominations.
going to have to do it. Laurie, nominate someone.
Ugh.
You're going to have to do it, bud.
Pressure on him.
Nominate the outsider.
Imagine if Laurie was the demon. It'd be such.
We
a good
can't
play.
not execute, guys.
Well, I have to give the Vortox the chance to win through no nominations, so we'll bring the day to a close.
I
in
nominate
5
Sully.
seconds. Okay, Laurie has nominated Sully. Laurie, tell us why, other than the fact that you were under extreme duress, that you nominated Sully.
I was under extreme duress. I think we can't just hand a victory to a Vortox immediately. This peer pressure is really getting to me. This is an interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens here, but it's not the worst that could happen.
Okay, Sully.
I would say it's very bad. It might not be the absolute worst, but it really wouldn't be nice at all. And it'd be great if I could keep on being alive and breathing, please. There surely must be somebody else who is a bit more expendable.
Sully, could you give us an idea of how... who are you? Give us an idea of how bad it's going to be. If it's the klutz, that's fine this early. If it's the flower, if it's the sweetheart, that's less good.
Yeah, it's on the good to bad scale, I'd say is real bad.
Who are you, Sully?
Real bad to die.
Basically, he's
Real bad.
Is he the
Very
demon?
sad. Very sad.
I love that question response. Give us something, Sully. Here's nothing.
Sully,
Well,
you usually
it's
come
hard.
out and say,
Sully,
this is making me...
you can't
I know.
take the comments to heart. You have to tell us who you are in this.
This one time, I think it's
the
fine.
one time I don't want to tell everyone. It becomes imperative that I tell everyone. Oh, this is a nightmare, and I can't tell you. Oh, don't kill me.
Sully don't want to say nothing without his lawyer present, so we're going to start the vote. Here we go. 5 votes required if you wish to execute Sully.
Outside is better than townsfolk in the end. In the end, outside
Yeah,
is better
100%.
than
We do need to
townsfolk.
kill someone, it's true.
Oh.
Ooh, just.
I'm
Oh,
sorry,
look at all
Sully.
these big old hands.
Sorry, Sully.
Oh no!
sorry.
You're making a terrible
I'm sorry,
mistake.
Sully.
Don't kill
Sully.
me, you fools!
I'm so
Sully,
sorry.
no.
Oh, no, I
Six is
didn't have a
enough.
choice. I had a shitting bollocks.
You want to see a doctor about that?
Immediately.
Yeah, that sounds very painful.
Guys, just checking. There isn't a character apart from maybe the good twin where if we kill them we lose, right?
There's no saint, no. Good,
Cool.
yeah, good twin is the only one, but we haven't
No,
had a
we-
claim of that. So.
No, but
We're not gonna lose,
Okay.
but we made a big old bad old mistake right here.
Love you, Sully.
I'm sorry,
Final
Sully.
call for both nominations and juggles.
Yeah, I'd like to juggle, please.
Go for it.
I'd like to juggle Sully as the butler.
the
As the
butler.
butler.
Oh, sorry, as the
Even a
barber.
character
As the
in it.
bar.
is
I've
this?
just written your old character as the barber. Is what I meant.
I've given up that job, and I've taken up a new job. Oh,
Is that your only juggle, Laurie?
I also would like to juggle Isaac as the savant.
Okay. Are those your... does that conclude your juggle?
That concludes my juggle.
Cool. Okay, thank you.
well, I hope you had a nice time juggling.
Oh, I'm going
Bringing
to die
the day to a
tonight. I'm
close.
going to die tonight. So
In 3, 2, 1. Sully is executed and dies. The game continues. Everybody goes
Sorry,
to sleep.
Sully. Sorry.
Well, that was interesting.
Big day. Big
Yeah,
day.
I'm really... So, the most important thing to take from that is that Isaac chose Savant as his bluff, and he had a conversation with John where he gave him 3 rolls, one of which was Savant. So, that was the right call by us last night, which I'm really happy about.
Yeah, that's worked out well.
Brooke was
Also-
about... Sorry, go on.
Brooke, the 2 savant statements Brooke claimed were the minion is not a pit hag and someone on the evil team is a woman, which
Yeah.
both happen to be 100% true.
Yeah. which is bad because she wants one to be false, right? But to be honest with you, what Brooke did there was about on the boundary of what I would consider being mad. She told one person, and I guess that's kind of that's probably enough. But usually you would want people to be sort of publicly coming out with it and telling everyone. But we'll let Brooke off. And plus, to be honest with you, I don't really want to prove that there's a Serenovus in the game just yet. Because what Blair does now, Blair might choose Brooke again and use that to hide the fact that she's the Serenovus. So regardless of what Brooke did yesterday, I probably wouldn't have executed her anyway. But we'll probably get a little bit more harsh on it starting tomorrow. The other interesting thing, obviously, is that Laurie was not covered by anyone. And his two juggles, Barbara Sully, which is correct, and Savant Isaac, which is false, I don't see how Isaac can let him live long enough to learn that. Like, he's gonna choose Laurie. I'll be very surprised if he doesn't choose Laurie tonight to die.
Because if he doesn't, that genuinely could be it. Hello, Adam. Any words of wisdom after the first day?
Sully is dead. He remains dead. And we have killed him.
all true. So, would you like to make the leap tonight?
I do not know what entities are in the town, and entities should not be multiplied unnecessarily. One more night. I'll do it tomorrow.
Who would you like to snake charm tonight?
I'm going demon hunting. I'm torn. Let us go for Blair.
Okay, Blair it is. Thank you very much.
There was a moment there where I genuinely thought she was going to go for Isaac. Hi, Blair. How's your first day as an evil person?
Oh, it's awful.
Oh, Blair.
Oh man,
are you okay, mate?
I'm struggling to figure out what to do tonight, cause we've had because I made Brooke mad about being the savant, but now Isaac has been claiming to be the savant, which means Laurie's going to find out that Isaac was lying about being the savant.
Well, just remember, Blair, that the madness on Brooke has now worn off.
I know.
So you can put it back on her if you like, with something else, or you can put it elsewhere, or you can put it on yourself.
I know, if I put it somewhere else, they'll learn that there's a Serenovus. Or, like, even if I change Brooke's thing. But I guess she knows anyways. But then everyone else will know. Okay. Okay, let's make Brooke mad about being the mathematician.
Okay, mathematician it is, thank you.
Thank you, Blair.
That's brilliant. Oh my god, I can't believe that. After all that deliberation as well, she picked the one thing that she shouldn't have picked.
Okay.
Oh, beautiful.
So I guess we do still technically have to now visit Brooke and tell
Absolutely, yeah, because she needs to know that if she doesn't claim to be what she is, she might be executed.
Okay. Off to Brooke. Hello, Brooke.
Hey, Brooke.
You feel a powerful psychic force press against your mind. You become convinced, mad, in fact, that you are the mathematician.
So, I myself?
So the Serenovus has chosen you to be mad that you are the mathematician.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool.
Very fortuitous, I would say.
That's all right. Okay. All right. So, Can I say that there's this? I'm still not allowed to say there's a Serenovus.
No, absolutely. You can say there's a Serenovus. You can say, guys, I was chosen last night by the Serenovus to be mad that I'm the mathematician. But fortunately, I'm the mathematician. I am the mathematician. I am claiming to be the mathematician. You satisfy madness because you are the mathematician as long as you tell people that you are, in fact, the mathematician.
Great. What does the Serenovus have out for me?
Just obviously doesn't like small bodies of water, such as brooks and canals.
It's very true.
That's a solid dad joke, Ben.
Yeah, well, I'm Daddy Ben, right?
Oh, no.
Hello, Isaac.
Oh, hello, guys.
How are you holding up, Isaac?
I'm not. I'm breaking down. I'm a mess. I hate this. because I think the town has really good information and they're working together really well.
Well, I've
Well.
got some good news for you then, Isaac. You get to kill one of them and stymie that information.
I thought you were gonna tell me that Sully was the barber. Oh,
Well, just to be fair, if there is a barber in play, it
Mhm.
doesn't activate until after you kill.
oh, this is awful. Okay, do you know what? I'm gonna stick with my guns and ignore Laurie's bluff. I hope he's bluffing. I don't know why he came for me as Savant, but I hope he's bluffing. I'm gonna kill Blair.
Okay. Blair it is. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
But wait, there's more.
No, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me, Tom. Don't do this to me.
Ben, would you like to take it away?
Yep. So you may now choose, or you may choose 2 players to swap. You don't have to if you don't want to.
Are you being serious? I can do that.
You can absolutely. It specifies you may the demon may choose 2 players, not another demon. Swap characters. So if you don't want to do it, don't do it.
I think I might. It might be stupid because it confirms that Sully is the barber.
Yeah, and I mean, it's also worth noting that if Laurie, I can't tell you whether he is or not, but if Laurie really is the juggler, and if Sully really is the barber, then he's about to learn that one of the 2 of you is lying, right?
Yeah, exactly. So like, I was hoping this would happen because I was planning to switch Sully and Laurie together because that means I can take away his powers without needing to do anything. It does give credibility to Sully and Laurie, which is annoying, but I think it's my best play because I'm just gonna put this out there. I mean, if Adam was for some reason to get, actually no, I don't want that.
Well, just be aware, Isaac, that by killing your minion, it's one. If you think Adam is a townsfolk, he's now poisoned for the whole game.
I've got to play in this up, but if Laurie, I hope Laurie's bluffing. Do you know what? Like, I gotta say fuck it. Hope Laurie's bluffing because that was way too specific. Hope there is. Yeah, do you know what? Sully and Carly, can you switch their roles, please?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Right, okay, so the juggler guessed that Sully was the barber, and it specifies how many you got correct, which is past tense. So, even though Sully is no longer the barber, which is what Laurie the juggler guessed, he is still correct. So he's still going to see a 1. Now, for that reason, and for a myriad of other reasons, I think Isaac monumentally mishandled that night. I think all of the decisions that he made were poor. I hope he proves me wrong, but I think he should have killed Laurie, the juggler. I think it was obvious that Laurie was the juggler, and he's allowed a juggler to get information. That's not terrible on its own because he's killed Blair and poisoned Adam, which is fantastic. But where he really screwed up is he then chose to prove to everyone that the barber is correct. So tomorrow, Laurie is going to say, I got a 1, and Carly is going to say, I was swapped at night. And Isaac has absolutely destroyed all of the credibility that he'd built up. And I think that this is going to be a quick game. Hi, Sully.
Hi, Sullivan.
So, we're just here to tell you that you are the snake charmer.
Right. Lovely. So, presumably I won't be biting anyone, though, because
Because you are expired.
I'm dead. Okay, well that's great. That's great. But shit for the group.
So, I'm just here to inform you that you are the barber.
Oh no, Sully, no. Okay. Well, so much for demon hunting. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Hello, John. Who are you dreaming about tonight?
Is everything all right with you guys? I've been asleep for 1,000 years.
It's a complicated script.
Okay.
Put it that way.
Could I please, in my dreamscape, could I float myself in the ether over to young Lawrence, please?
Yep, so you take a look at Laurie and learn that he is either the pit hag or the juggler.
That is fantastic news. Thank you, my dead friends.
The reason I chose pit hag and juggler is because it gives Isaac a legitimate thing to explain why there was a swap last night.
Yes. Yes, absolutely, yeah.
And it also makes the juggler look potentially like a liar, and also, and this is pretty bad, we're about to go visit Elliot and tell him that there is one dead player because Blair the Cerenovus is evil. So Elliot's gonna learn a 1. So they're not only gonna have all the information to figure out it's Isaac, but they've also got all the relevant info to probably realise that it's a Vigor Mortis as well. Okay, so Elliot, you awake and learn that there is one dead evil player.
Oh, but real quick, there is a chance that I've been poisoned / drunk / etc. etc. Yeah.
Yeah, and also keep in mind that someone's probably dead now that you don't know about because the demon will have killed them by this point.
That was my next question. Does this include people who I don't know are dead yet?
Yeah, if you think that the demon killed an evil player in the night, then yeah.
Okay, I mean, that's unlikely, but could happen.
Absolutely, mechanically possible. All right, thank you, Elliot.
Cool. Bye, guys.
Hello, Laurie.
Hello. Fuck me, am I alive?
You cast your mind back to yesterday as you were juggling, and you remember you managed to keep one ball aloft in the air in the end. You learn a 1, Laurie.
I learn a 1. Fantastic.
Thank you, Laurie.
Thank you.
Hello, Brooke.
Hello, hello.
As your mind fills with numbers yet again, you conclude a 0. Once again.
A 0. Grand. Thank you.
Thank you, Brooke.
All right. Good math to you all.
Good morning, everybody. We have news for you all. Waiting in the centre of the town square, their bleached bones arranged into a calcified carnival of outsider art, are the remains of Blair.
What?
Every time.
No.
Alright, guys, you're all gonna be super pissed off at me. I'm the klutz.
Oh, God.
I'm really sorry. I know you wanted to, I know you were... Anyways, yeah, I'm the klutz. I have to choose someone. I don't know shit about any of you, really. So,
wait. Can I say something really fast?
Yeah.
Wait, are we allowed to? Yes.
Yeah, say whatever you want.
Sully and I switched in the night. I was the, he was the barber. I'm the barber. He's now a dead snake charmer. Sorry, Adam, I lied to you.
Wait, what?
Wait,
what?
who
Wait,
did you swap with? Who?
Wait,
What?
Yeah,
hold on.
yeah.
What?
I can confirm that I am a snake charmer. And
He's a dead
unless
snake charmer.
anyone
That's
else...
good.
Yeah. I'm a dead snake. Exactly. Yeah, it's good to be a dead. Yeah, it's good.
And
that
so
I'm a dead
I'm
snake
alive
charmer.
and I am good. Just so you know.
Cool.
I don't
barber.
trust that at all.
No, but Sully can confirm it because he's dead.
yes.
I trust it.
And he's also the snake charmer, and I was the snake charmer. And
Yeah.
Adam, I lied to you.
Oh wait, no, I don't trust it at all.
No.
Good point.
Wait, no,
Absolutely not.
I didn't. If I became the demon, I didn't want you to know that I was the snake charmer. That's all.
Gotcha.
I'm not the snake charmer anymore. I'm on the good team formally now.
Wait, so you're a barber now?
I'm a barber now.
Yes. Yeah.
The barber now.
What a surprise.
I can't-
Wait, does that mean we have
I,
another barber?
How?
Yes.
No,
yes,
it's
shit.
Sully's
shit.
no longer
It's-
the barber. He's a dead snake charmer, and I am a alive barber. We swapped because he was the barber, which forced the demon to swap. I think the demon thought I was more powerful than I was because I alluded to be, and swapped me, which also makes me think we don't have an Odashi next to me, but that's another part. Either way, I'm good. That's good.
That's great. Okay.
But the demon can choose not to swap anyone, right?
But they did, and Sully and I would like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
we didn't
sorry,
talk
yeah.
about
We
it.
wouldn't have been. Yeah. And I absolutely can confirm that I am the snake charmer, and I would be surprised if somebody had been the snake charmer and not said, "Whoa, guys, I was the snake charmer by now, surely." Unless they want to do that now, but
In that dramatic of a reading, Sully. Yes.
Wait.
So Blair,
So-
Blair has to do a thing now.
Yes,
Yeah.
so the time of when you learn you died is coming close to an end, so I'm going to have to press Blair for a choice. I'll give you
Oh
about
my
30
God.
seconds to discuss
I don't
it.
know anyone. Okay, who
Hey,
has a
Blair,
better thing
Blair.
than Carly?
I can help.
I
Blair, I can help.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can confirm independently, unless I'm pretty sure I can confirm that Laurie is indeed the juggler.
I am the juggler.
How can you confirm that, John?
Don't say it, John.
Don't. Okay, I won't.
He showed him his juggling balls.
Oh fuck, guys! I mean, like,
You're gonna have
Blair
to,
picked
Blair.
me.
I swapped with Sully. I couldn't have talked to Sully. I promise. That'd be like you can kill me today. I wouldn't because Barber, but
You can. I
but
mean,
like-
you can say me if you want, Blair, but I would go with Laurie.
I would also be comfortable with
Laurie,
Adam because Adam
okay.
I believe to be good because I was the snake charmer and I chose
God.
Adam. But
Blair, go with me.
Smartest choice is Laurie.
Or me.
okay.
I
Okay.
Bla-
Okay. I go with Laurie.
Okay, you choose Laurie.
Yeah.
All
The
right.
game continues.
Laurie's the juggler then.
Fabulous!
That's so
I've
good,
got
though.
some
Okay.
information.
Blair, I will say I picked you and Adam when I snake charmed, and both of you, obviously, I mean you're dead, but but I got you guys is not, which is a lot of good information. And Sully on the other end, like, and I'm a barber now. That's a lot of good people that whittles it down quite a bit, especially if we have the confirmation of Laurie. So like that's a lot of goodness going on.
Yeah.
okay.
So let's go with demon hunting for real this time, not as a snake charmer.
Can we hear your info, Laurie?
I'd like to give it out privately.
Okay, can I chat to
a few
you?
people that I trust. Can I chat to Sully and John? So, I weirdly didn't die. They clearly thought someone else was more important to kill that evening. I learned of the two things that I asked, which was one is Sully the barber, and two is Isaac the savant. That one of them was true.
Yes.
Now, the thing I need,
This is good.
thing I need clarity. So the thing I need clarity on. The thing we need clarity on is whether or not. Because obviously, if I've asked that question, does that mean during the day or was it after the swap had happened? Because if it is after the swap had happened, Isaac is the savant.
Oh, interesting. That's
Okay.
a
After
very,
what
very,
swap?
very good point. After
Because
me
if
and
the demon chose to swap Sully and Carly already, yeah,
Yeah.
and I would get a negative reading on Sully being the barber, which is what I asked, because he's actually the snake charmer now. So I would get a 1 instead, which means that Isaac actually is the savant.
Okay. Can I add my information to the pile?
Yes, please do.
So I am the dreamer, and Sully. I've already talked to Laurie about this, but what it means is I choose a person, and every night I choose one person, and I learn a good role and an evil role that person is, and then one of them is a lie. So if I looked at you, I would get Barber and No Dashi, for example.
Yeah.
And I'd have to try and figure out which one was true. So the first night, I just picked randomly, I looked at Isaac, and I got Vigor Mortis, or Savant. Second night,
Interesting.
I wanted to test if there was a Vortox in play, so I looked at you, Laurie, and I got Pit Hag or Juggler. And I was basically like, if I get Juggler, I think you're safe. Unless I've been... I mean, it could be poisoned, to be fair.
So, Ben, when I ask about juggling, and I juggle something during the day, and then you give me the answer at night, obviously the order of waking up in that particular night changed things. So, does my answer pertain to the way things were when you told me the answer or when I asked the question?
So the ability is past tense. It says that night you learn how many you got correct. So the juggler learns whether or not they got things correct at the exact moment of their juggle.
that is very, very interesting.
Juicy.
Because
Juicy.
also, I will say that Brooke also claimed to me that she was the savant, and I see no reason to disbelieve her.
If your read is correct, John, that Isaac is either the savant or the vigor mortis, that doesn't add up with the amount of outsiders we've got in the game already.
Well,
If
unless
Sully is the barber,
Savant's
Sully was
not
the
an
barber,
outsider.
but Blair is an outsider, and the vigor mortis removes an outsider, so there'd only be one outsider in the game currently.
Oh,
We've had 2 apparently, unless Blair is lying.
Okay, I am going to extend an. I think I'm about to say extend an olive branch of trust, but I think I said that to somebody else. So, because I gained some information, and I feel like you deserve to know it.
Okay.
I am the Oracle, and every night I learn how many dead evil players there are.
Great.
And I learned last night that there is one dead evil player.
But it's just Sully and
Blair. Yeah, I learned that somebody is dead before I learned somebody is dead. Does that make sense?
So that means that Blair is a dead evil player?
But I think I've been poisoned.
But that's actually really powerful information. If it is true.
Yeah,
if
this
it
is the
is
thing.
true, vigor mortis.
I don't think we have a Vortox, and
No.
I don't think we have a Nodashi. And the reason that I don't think that is because, so I'm in a crazy situation in that I was made mad to think that I am the mathematician by the Serenovus, but I am actually also the mathematician, and I was made mad. I know.
Oh
So
my god, amazing.
I got a 0 the first night and the 0 the second night. So whoever is the Serenovus really has it out for me. And I don't know who it is. I just
That's
feel
wild.
I feel very targeted and very fucked with.
Have you spoken to Blair?
Yes, I have spoken to Blair, and Blair's dead, and I'm very, very confused.
Blair's dead. Why are you confused?
So essentially, I was made mad by the Serenovus that I was the mathematician tonight, and I was made mad last night that I was the savant.
Bloody hell.
And so whoever is the Serenovus really has it out for me.
So there's a Serenovus rocking around.
There's a Serenovus, yeah.
Alright, so what are you normally then?
So I am the mathematician, and I've been lucky in that I've been made the thing that I actually am.
So what does the mathematician do?
The mathematician every night gets a reading on how many powers worked abnormally. And last night I got a reading of 0, and tonight I got a reading of 0. So that means either two things. Either I am poisoned, or we don't have a Vortox, and we don't have a Nadashi.
This is where I come in, extending faith here. I'm the Oracle.
Okay.
And every night I get told how many dead players are evil.
Okay,
And
great.
last
So
night
how
I got
many...
told one dead player was evil.
Okay, so then Blair is. There's a vigor mortis. There's definitely a vigor mortis.
Yeah, I think it's vigor mortis. But I'm still of the slight belief that I may have been like poisoned or drunk or something. I need a bit more info first.
Well, here's the thing. So if I am actually the mathematician and I haven't been fucked with, I got a 0 last night and I got a 0 tonight, which means that you didn't get any misinformation. Your power worked normally.
Terry, go away from the door. Terry, I don't want you in here. Terry, you have absolutely no need of coming in here. Terry, you're being an asshole. Terry, don't be a butthead. Terry, goodbye. Weird cat, go play in a different room.
Hello.
Hi, I fucked it. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. I think I've really fucked it because, like, I think they had a plan. Like, Carly told me some of her roles, and I knew it was a bad idea to do it, but I just thought Laurie was bluffing. And now I think they got information that I'm not the savant because I think Laurie definitely was the juggler.
I know.
But
I know.
my ploy is to either make Brooke seem like the Nodashi because that would work.
Okay, I've just confused the shit out
Or
of Brooke.
Vortox. Okay, great.
So I made Brooke the mathematician last night.
Okay, nice.
And she actually is the mathematician.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's not good.
So yeah, but I've just tried to confuse her a lot. So hopefully that will work in our favor. She doesn't fully trust me at the moment, but also I think I like convinced her kind of ish.
Can I just ask? So I know what role you are, what you're claiming to be.
Okay. It might be different from. Yes.
Go on. What are you going to say?
Okay. So I've had a really fuck thing happen to me. So the Serenovus got me 2 times in a row. So they got me the first night, and I had to be mad that I was the savant. But they got me tonight as well, and they made me claim to be the mathematician, but I am actually the mathematician. So there's a Serenovus knocking about. I think it's Blair.
Okay, thank you for returning, everybody. Nominations are now open.
I think this will be a good test if we have a witch or something. I nominate Isaac.
Okay, Laurie, tell us why you've chosen Isaac.
I have interesting information pertaining to what Isaac's potential character might have been from day one. I then juggled to see whether Isaac was one of the things that I had been told. I juggled to see whether Sullivan was the barber. I've been informed that at the time of juggling, I get a retroactive question, basically, of when I asked that thing. We know that Sully was the barber during the day. I got a 1 for the information. So it means that there's the potential that Isaac is the other thing that I was told that Isaac was, and that is the Vigor Mortis.
Oh, snap!
Damn.
Yeah.
Well,
That follows my information too.
Can I add in some information to that?
Go for it.
Okay, so I potentially dangerous, but I think we're onto it. But hey, every time I'm confident, I'm drunk or poisoned. So let's see what happens. I am. I think the dream. Oh, I've said it now. I'm the dreamer, and the first night I looked at Isaac, and I got either. So if you don't know the dreamer, you get to learn 2 roles about a person. One is good and one is bad, and one of those roles is a lie. First night I looked at Isaac, and I got Vigor Mortis or Savant. And then to check that there wasn't a Vortox around, second night I looked at Laurie, and I got Pit Hag or Juggler. And I couldn't have got Juggler for Laurie if he is the Juggler, because that wouldn't happen, because the Vortox wouldn't allow it. So I'm pretty sure, unless Laurie's lying, which he might be, we don't have a Vortox.
Also, Isaac and Blair did talk on the first day, which means that Blair might be Isaac's minion that Isaac killed.
Which
which
means
is the
that any
Vigor Mortis
information
power.
that you have, Adam, might be poisoned.
I have reason to believe that as well.
As do I. As do I.
Especially
Blair!
if there is a Vigor Mortis, they would want to kill their minion on the first night. And also, the minion is definitely a Cerenovus, because I was poisoned I was Cerenovid twice. The first night to be a Savant, so I don't necessarily know if Isaac is not the Savant, because I'm not the Savant. I've been made the mathematician. However, I am also actually the mathematician, which was unlucky for you, Blair, who Cerenovid me twice.
Unlucky for the klutz. Yeah.
Unlucky for trying to fuck with my brain, which is unkind.
How could you, Blair?
Can't believe it.
But also, that corroborates we don't have a Pit Hag if there's a Cerenovus. That's the minion, 100%. Also, as the mathematician, I get a reading on who got false information. The first night, I got a 0. Even though I was Cerenoved, I don't know what that verb is. I still...
Cerenovid.
I was Cerenovid. Yes. But anyway, so the first night, I got a 0, which meant that everyone got correct. Everyone's power behaved normally. The second night, I also got a 0, which meant that everyone's power behaved normally, which means we don't have a Vortox, and we don't have a Nodashi.
It is worth noting that in a Vortox game, I
You might have lied to me.
I might tell a mathematician 0. We haven't heard from Isaac yet, and everyone's jumping in there. I think it's time we had a defense. Isaac.
Well, I am the Savant. On the first night, I got we can't trust Sully, and we can trust Brooke. I've spoken to Ben today, and I got no one got false information last night, and Laurie is my ally. Additionally, if I was the demon, I'd kill Laurie straight away, because he juggled me, but I didn't, because I'm not the demon, because I did want to work with Laurie. However, Laurie was always in a chat, so I couldn't speak to him today, unfortunately. I think I've been pretty forthcoming with everyone I've spoken to. I've been giving them information to elude the fact that I am Savant, which I am. And yeah, that's all I've got. Like, I'm definitely a good player, and I want to catch the demon.
Let's get him, fellas.
Yeah.
I think at this point, Isaac, if we got...
unconvincing, I think.
There are 4 living players. So sorry, there are not following. There are 7 living players, so 4 votes are required if you wish to execute Isaac. Here we go.
I won't use my ghost vote then, but if you've got these living votes going on.
No.
Great faith. But also, it could be misguided. We'll find out.
I would turn our attention to Brooke
But
if this doesn't.
It allows us to change our minds about stuff.
5 is enough. Do we have any other nominations?
Do you know what? Go on. I would like to nominate Brooke.
Okay, tell us why you've chosen Brooke.
The double claim on my first night, I got we can't trust Sully, but we can. I got we can trust Brooke. I don't think that's true. I think all my information is incorrect. Just because that double claim, I'd like to vote for Brooke.
Okay.
Brooke, your defense?
My defense is that I have been Sarah Nova'd twice. That seems like a long shot and a frickin' half for me to think of as a bluff on the fly, especially when my brain is so full of math and so full of Sarah. I'm very confused.
Specifically American math, not British maths.
Yes. E equals MC evil, and it is
just the
Isaac.
one math, yeah.
MC evil.
I'll tell you what, E equals MC evil is one of the best things I've ever heard.
Oh, my name's MC Evil, and I'm here to say, gonna rap about maths in a different way.
I mean, surely evil equals MC squared, but no.
Should we subtract Brooke from this equation?
It's so much better. So much better the other way around.
We've had a lot of fun here, but
We've had some fun today.
No.
Okay, right. So we had 5 on Isaac. That means you need 6 on Brooke to kill or 5 to tie. Here we go.
Guys, you don't want to kill the savant.
It's okay.
I don't think you're the savant, Isaac.
No, I don't either. I don't think it at all.
One
I
is
think you
not
might be
enough.
suffering from vigor mortis.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think you're going to beat the 5, so I'll bring the day to a close in 10 seconds.
Isaac, if it's not you, I am sorry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm really
If it
sorry,
is
and it
you.
blows this game wide
I'm
open.
so worried that like Sully and Carly are.
No.
God.
You're too good at this game. No regrets.
Okay, Isaac is executed and dies. And the game is over.
Yes!
Well done, guys.
Congratulations.
That's so quick, I can't believe it.
Oh,
It was
my
like
God.
simultaneously
Got time for dinner.
really short and really long.
I couldn't figure out a good time to tell my stuff. I thought I'd have more time.
Oh man.
Isaac,
I was,
I'm so sorry. I fucked it. I totally.
Blair, I had
No,
you
it's
sussed
fine.
from
I
the
didn't know what I
start.
was doing either.
Blair.
I was
So-
just like,
I can tell you
Blair.
exactly what went wrong. It was a combination of bad decisions, but also bad luck. So, on night 1, John the Dreamer just happened to pick the demon. That's a difficult one because you normally, if the Dreamer picks the demon, like say on night 3 or 4 or something, you as the I as the storyteller have already got kind of an idea of what the demon's bluffing as. So. Yeah, so I had to just guess what Isaac was going to bluff as, and I reasoned that he probably wouldn't pick Klutz, and he probably wouldn't pick Clockmaker because they're a bit more disposable than Savant, and also I know that Isaac has played the Savant before in previous games, so I thought, do you know what, we'll just throw Savant and hope that Isaac bluffs Savant. He did, but when John came and asked him for a claim, he was cagey. I think if he'd have just said Savant, but you've got Isaac's got no reason to know this, but I think if he'd have just said, you know what, screw it, I'm the Savant,
Yeah.
I think that probably would have helped, but what can you do, right? That's just bad luck. But I think what really
Also,
sealed
after
the
last
deal
game
was
with Carly doing that.
Laurie juggled Sully correctly and Isaac incorrectly. Isaac then chose not to kill Laurie. He then chose to prove that Sully was the barber by swapping him with someone else. And Blair then woke up and chose to give everyone confidence that Laurie was telling the truth by choosing him as a bluff.
Yeah,
And
no, that
evil
was
sealed
stupid.
all of your
Yeah.
coffins.
That was real dumb.
Blair,
That was the moment that Isaac, when we had a moment together, I was like, totally fucked it in choosing Laurie just then.
I should have killed Laurie.
Just going to quickly go around the circle and finish things off. So, Carly started as the Snake Charmer, who chose Sully and then chose Blair. I thought she was going to choose Isaac. In hindsight, it would have been quite nice if she'd chosen Isaac, actually, with some... Well, at least for Blair, that would have been good. Not so good for Carly. But yeah, and then she got switched with Sully the Barber. Adam was the Philosopher who chose 2 nights in a row not to use his ability. If it wouldn't have ended then, he was poisoned, because Isaac, the Vigor Mortis, killed Blair the Serenovus. Which means the Serenovus gets to keep their ability and poison one townsfolk neighbour, which of course was Adam.
Oh, beans.
So what were you going to pick, Adam, out of curiosity?
I was going to pick artist and completely destroy
that would've
everything.
been beautiful.
Yes.
And yeah, once again, those 3 bluffs were Clockmaker, Savant, and Klutz.
That was
Boy.
Good, everybody.
That was a quick one.
That was
It was
great.
a quick one, but
Some damn fine detective work, team.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's all for this instalment of No Rolls Barred Plays Blood on the Clocktower. We'll see you next time. Also, boo.
Get on, Boo. Get
Get on, boo!
Get on board.
Oh,
Get on, boo,
God, I'm not going to
guys.
sleep tonight after that. Terrifying.